Yes.
So you have now reached the end of your entrepreneurship reset, having done the life transition reset. So tell us, what has this journey been like?
Oh, it's been disturbing. If we could put a one word to it. But to recognize your reality is an important part of growing up. And I wouldn't say growing up. Yes, and growing up in order to take responsibility for self. And that word self is a great part of the journey, that you recognize that you have your 2 feet, full stop. And you really, no matter where you are, what you're doing, have to depend on yourself. And you used a little word ago, Terrian, about what I'm saying yes to, but also what I'm saying no to coming up in the future. I also liked the periods. And of course, I'm an insurance agent. So what we used to say is the learning period, the earning period, and the yearning period. But in this case here, we still have some periods, a lot of effort, because I do have a lot of energy still. That next 3 years or so where the effort will not be as much, but hopefully the rewards of the effort of the early years will start to show themselves and continue into the last years. And even though I've lived with this person for quite a while, there's still some discovery to do. And this has asked me to make those discoveries and pull out those resources that I didn't know I had. Pull out, pull up those resources. But I like the period of 2 years.
Nice.
I really like, there's a section where you're going at it, you're doing what you need to do, and there is a time when you will relax. Okay? And the focus is on first person singular, I. And the more I recognize that, the better it'll be. Which what this program has asked me to do.
Great. Now tell me about the process we've used. What was it like for you to go through the process? Difficult? Was it worthwhile?
Yes, it was difficult. I noticed my word to start off with was disturbing. Okay. So that, what happened to them, boy? They mad, you know? But of course, afterwards, the questions and the finding out about your own financial situation. You're supposed to know that, right? Yeah. But then when you start to put the details in, you start to pull back and say, oh, So yes, disturbing, but worthwhile is not the word. More important than that. Because without it, where am I going to be in the next 3 to 4 years? Okay. Still floundering around, still expecting that, you know, everything is anything. And anything is not anything these days. So that, yes, and I was saying earlier, I hope that you all have a lot of people recognizing that this is worthwhile. And certainly, I will encourage people to do it. And for their own selves, for their own sense of well-being, sense of hope in the future. Okay. And COVID helped that too. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear in the future. And that's what we're trying to get people to.
Hope is better.
Yeah, we have so much in energy and so much life and so much from the second act that we can go forward with. There's no need to fear. So Pat, we, in this process, we had two sections, the life transition and the entrepreneurship. And one of the things Jennifer and I do, and we talk about it all the time, is we use assessments in the process. I would like you to talk about that process of going through those assessments. What was that like, and how did it contribute to the experience?
The assessment is very important because, once again, I will say, you think you know yourself and you've lived with this person for whatever, how much years, 50 years, 70 years, whatever. But your perspective changes imperceptibly and you don't recognize it. Okay? Hello? Most likely to succeed. Look at here. Okay? Can do this. Jumping headlong. Running. Hey, yeah, there we go. But I'm recognizing that I'm pulling back, or I have pulled back to a certain extent. Okay. I remember my father said many years ago, he started a Amway business, Amway.
Network marketing.
Right. And when I said to him, I am not joining his pyramid scheme, he pulled back and said, but of all my children, I expect you would be the one who in front. And that is true. I am out there, man, jumping headlong, first man. But that is no longer so. And maybe that's a good thing. Because sometimes when you jump headlong, you break your foot. At least you pull back and you look to see where you're jumping, which is what this is also doing for me. Great. Recognizing that kind of thing about myself. And therefore learning to deal with the new me.
Second act you is not third act you.
Yeah.
So Pat, your emotion going forward, setting you off.
I'm frightened.
That's good.
But I'm frightened because I know I have to make some effort. Like the motor car, when you crank it. I used to drive a Rover. Yeah. One or two occasions, old Rover, PZ1233. So you know how old that is. And on one or two occasions, we had to get the crankshaft turn over that engine. Manually. That's where I am at. But I know that with that crankshaft, the effort, and after you do it once, twice, and the engine starts to tumble, you could drive. So, thank you, ladies.
Well, we are thrilled that our reset, our evolution primetime reset, provided you with a crankshaft to get up on that stage and have a ball.
That engine gonna be turning over.
Excellent. Jennifer?
Yeah, Pat, again, I just want to thank you. You know, we went through in terms of the life transition coaching.
It made me cry, yes.
So, yeah. So you give your testimony there, but I really wish you all the best. And I have seen throughout our sessions, I mean, so many breakthroughs that I know definitely you're on your way, you know, to just more and more success in life. So all the best, and I know we'll keep in touch.
Hello, yes, Wednesday. Hello.
Oh yes, and you know we have you starring in our program.
Thank you, my ladies. Best wishes to you as well. I hope you bills of money. Tell them to come and, you know.
Yes, definitely.
Thanks for that endorsement. Right.
Okay, righty.